want to discover the flame that hides within you? Do you want to take a journey to discover your authentic self? I am Maria Felachidou, systemic consultant and Colour Psychodynamics practitioner. Together, we will explore ways to discover your inner flame. Welcome. Come, make yourself comfortable. Take a deep breath and relax. If you ever felt that you're not enough, that whatever you do, something inside tells you that it's not enough, this series is for you. Because this emotion, this voice, didn't start from you. And it doesn't have to keep defining your life. In this podcast cycle, we'll see how this pattern of I am not enough is born, how it takes root within you, and how you can start liberating yourself from it. You're in the Inner Flame podcast, and this is your journey back to yourself. Back to who you are. I want to begin with something very simple and at the same time very hard to admit. There is a part inside you that no matter what you do, whispers, it's not enough. It's never enough. You have to do more. Well, maybe you don't say that clearly, but you live it. You live it when you achieve something and a few minutes later, you feel empty inside of you. You feel disappointment. You live it when someone tells you, I love you. And at the same time, something inside you responds, well, you don't really know who I am. How could you love me? You live it when you try, you give, you exhaust yourself, and still it's not enough. You don't feel that it's enough. Today, I won't give you solutions. Today, I will tell you the truth. And I'm afraid it's a hard truth. If you're operating from I am not enough viewpoint, well, no achievement will ever fulfill you. You will not be enough. Not because what you achieve has no value. Oh, trust me, it has more than enough value. But because inside you, there is a system, there is a pattern that doesn't allow you to feel it, to experience it, to sense it. Well, let's take a look at it together. Let's have some examples. You achieve something important, and for a few moments, a couple of hours, or even a couple of days, you feel high. You feel accomplished. But after that, nothing. Emptiness. Or even disappointment. Or maybe there is someone in your life that loves you, that shows you love and affection, but deep down, you don't believe it. You don't see that as true emotion. And you expect that any time now, they will leave you. They will abandon you. Another example is that you may try harder, to improve yourself, to make things better, to do things in a different, better way, but inside you, you still feel inadequate. You don't feel that it's enough. And you go out and learn more, and discover more, teach yourself more things, but still nothing is enough for you to do something on your own. And the cycle goes on and on. It's the one that says, I try, I don't feel fulfilled, I try harder, and I get exhausted, and I drop out. This is the endless loop of proving yourself. And do you know what's the hardest part? From the outside, you look enough, you are fine. But on the inside, nothing has changed. On the inside, you feel inadequate. You will ask me, how is this created? Well, it didn't start with you. Once you were a child, and a child doesn't ask, am I enough? A child simply exists, lives for the moment, enjoys the here and the now. But somewhere along the way, most probably, something happened. Maybe love was given to you when you were good, or maybe you were praised only when you succeeded, and you were praised for succeeding many things, but just in case something went wrong, then hell broke loose. Or something else that could have happened is that you were constantly compared to other children, or even one of your parents or both of them were never truly satisfied by you. Or it could be the environment where you lived in that carried anxiety, pressure, intensity, or even fear. You didn't know what the next day will bring. You didn't know what to expect. And you had to navigate yourself through all these emotions and all this drama in your house. And then you made the decision. Not a logical one, but an existential one. You made a decision that said, to be loved, I have to be better. To belong, I have to try. Because as I am not enough. And that decision became your identity, developed this pattern inside you. I want you to take a pause for a moment and bring up an image. A child trying, doing everything it can to be enough. Maybe this child is quieter than it wants to be, or stronger than it can handle, or more perfect than it is in reality. And every time it doesn't receive what it needs, it tries a little more. You know, that child never stopped trying. It may grow up, but it's still here inside you and keeps trying to do better, keeps trying to be enough. You know, the problem today is that what once may have helped you to belong, to feel like you're enough, now is exhausting you. And you can see that in your daily life because You cannot enjoy what you achieve. You struggle to receive love. You constantly feel like something is missing. You never stop trying. And you feel that if you relax, everything will fall apart. And maybe the deepest part is that you never feel it's enough. I don't want you to fix this right now. I just want you to be there. Place your hand on your body, wherever it feels natural, and say to yourself, say internally, I see you. Not to the part that is adult, but to that child. The child you once were, and now it's hidden inside you. Say to it, I know how hard you're trying. You don't have to prove anything right now. And observe yourself. What happens inside when you're saying these phrases? What changes within you? It's not a solution, but it's the beginning of a contact with the child you once were. The child that needs to be reassured, to be held, and to tell it that it's enough. Now let's take a look at the Colour Psychodynamics perspective. Through Colour Psychodynamics, what we see is very specific. You are not lacking worth. You are not lacking anything. The only thing you don't have is the access, the connection to your worth. Some parts of you, we call them colors, have learned to operate in an imbalanced way. Probably red becomes pressure instead of power, purple becomes confusion instead of wisdom, or indigo could become withdrawal instead of inner safety. And so, you don't experience what you already are. It keeps you apart. And color profiling, does not fix you. Colour Psychodynamics believes that we are all born perfect. It simply reconnects you with who you are, who you were born to be, who you are entitled to be in your life. Now let's take a look at the systemic perspective. Well, from a systemic point of view, this feeling of inadequacy may not be only yours. Many times it could be an unconscious belief you carry, or a dynamic from your family system, or a role you took without realizing it, in the effort as a descendant to close the gap, mend a bond, support or heal an entanglement. Maybe you have taken this position of not feeling enough. Maybe you are representing within your family this emotion of not being enough. For example, you may be a child trying to repair, quotes, a parent, or a child carrying the system's I am not enough feeling, or you identify with someone who felt inadequate in your ancestral line. And then what happens is that you are not only living your own experience, you are not only living your own life, but you are living something extra. You are living the life of someone else. You step in somebody else's shoes, and that is not your life. You cannot express your life, yourself, your authenticity, your full potential in this life. But when you see this working in a systemic way, when you see this, what is really happening, there is a shift that happens inside you. It's as if a veil is removed from in front of you, and you see what is happening in your life as is. You see the phenomena in your life clear as the daylight. And that does not happen when you try harder. That happens when you make the decision. Now, you won't wake up tomorrow and suddenly feel enough. Like, this podcast may be good, but it's not a magic wand, okay? But there is something important that will happen. Something important that will have changed, hopefully, what I want to happen for you. What will happen is that you will start recognizing that voice. You will start identifying it, realizing it when it's speaking inside your head. And when you start recognizing it, then you will stop believing it automatically, taking it for face value, believing that it's telling you the truth. Because you realize it's something different from who you are. It's you and this voice, two different parts. This voice is not you. And you will realize that. You will see that this voice is not you, and you will stop listening to it slowly, step by step. Because maybe for the first time, there will be a small space between you and the "it's not enough" voice. And that space, I assure you, is the beginning, is the first step towards your freedom. Let me tell you, you don't need to fix anything today. Even if it's gonna be the first time in your life, just take it as I say it. You don't need to fix anything today. You don't need to prove anything. You can simply stay here with what you've recognized. And if, by any chance, something inside you still says it's not enough, well, you can respond to it. I hear you. And you'll say that not to silence this voice, but so you are no longer alone with it, so that the child inside you is no longer alone with this voice. In the next part of this journey, we will go deeper and we will see who does the "I am not enough" belong to, because maybe it's not even yours. And when you see who it belongs to, well, something inside you will definitely lighten up. If this episode touched you, don't scroll past it. Stay with it. Listen again. Let it land inside you, because this is not just a topic. It is a life pattern. And now you've just started to see it. Just taken a little peek. And once again, I will remind you that you don't have to become something different than who you are for you to be enough. Well, if you feel that this pattern is holding you back, we can work with it together. Until next episode, stay close to yourself. And always remember that it is time to discover your inner flame. Bye-bye. You've been listening to the Inner Flame podcast with systemic consultant and Colour Psychodynamics practitioner Maria Felachidou. Search for this podcast on Spotify and follow Inner Flame on Instagram and Facebook.